Q&A number 3 for the day, for the New Year's resolution. This one came in from Shayna. Why is my seated military press stronger than my standing? I haven't seen any video, but most of the time it's because of balance. And when you're seated, you don't have to worry about that balance issue. You're just kind of pressing the weight up. So really, if you're trying to make your standing stronger, I would definitely suggest just practicing it. Core stabilization is something that has to be worked on. Doing planks ain't gonna do it. Olympic weightlifters, they do overhead squats. A lot of front squats, a lot of push presses, a lot of jerks. So just doing that over time is going to make you very stable, and most likely that's the problem there. Okay, what do you consider a beginner, intermediate, advanced lifter? What are the clear indicators you are in one of these stages? Well, for me, it's not about how much weight you lift, because there are lifters that are very advanced and they don't lift anywhere near as some beginners, believe it or not. But the difference is, or what I consider the difference is, the way they're able to control their body. You'll see a beginner, and maybe some high school kid playing football, and he's just a freak. He goes in, the first time he squats, he goes down with 600 pounds, buries it, comes back up, but his knees are all over the place. His walkout looks horrible. He's shaky. His elbows are all up and wiggling around. Looks like a chicken with his head cut off, right? But he's got enough strength to do it. Then you have an advanced guy. He squats 600 pounds, but it took him 20 years to do it. And when he walks out the weight, he's completely balanced. He lets it settle. He squats down below parallel, comes back up. Everything, he looks like a machine. Every muscle is firing off at the right time, and he racks it. And it looks like he's done it a million times, but it ends up being a PR. That's one of the things that I look at. So a beginner is somebody that really has no control over their body yet, doesn't have complete control over what they're doing, and really they don't know how to control each individual muscle yet. An intermediate is somebody that they can start to, like, for instance, they know their body's capabilities to a certain extent. They know how to use RPEs, right? They're not saying, well, I had 10 more reps than me, when really it was, 1. Let me see here. Like, beginners tend to be really good at rep work. Like, they can bang out 8-10 reps, and you put 20 more pounds on the bar, and they almost kill themselves. So the absolute strength, the ability to the ability to recruit more muscle fibers at once is where the intermediate and the advanced lifter is advantageous in that part. The beginner, their body simply doesn't know how to do it yet. It hasn't been trained to fire off more muscle fibers at once yet. So beginner, kind of flopping around like a wet fish in the beginning, not knowing what their body's truly capable of. Intermediate really gets to know their body and starts to know real indicators of, what muscle is being worked, knowing when to fire off the right muscles, how to flex their lats in a bench, stuff like that. And then the advanced lifter is just somebody that has just put in the time and really, just like I said in the beginning, makes a PR look flawless. Makes it just look like their opening attempt, and makes it look like their warm-ups. And again, that could be 300 pounds or that could be 900 pounds. And it just really comes down to how well that person controls their own body, how much they know their own body. At least that's in my opinion. It's much easier to coach an intermediate to an advanced lifter because they don't have to. I don't have to squeeze on their muscles and say, "This is the muscle I need you to squeeze," and then teach them how to individually use that muscle. And that's really it. I hope that kind of answered your question, but that's really it. That's all I got. And Happy New Year, and keep asking questions.